Hello and welcome, my Cancerian collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and welcome to your timeless soulmate read. Although it's being recorded in January 2021, I am your reader, Angelo, Lyons, Mal for short, professional witch, professional intuitive, president of Drawing the Circle Productions, son of a Cancerian mother, the Archangel of Lyons, Angelo Lyons. But you can call me Mal. Hi, welcome. Welcome back, my subscribers, and hi to the new people on board. Happy to be serving you today, and Happy New Year. Right, this is the first real extended series that I'm doing for 2021. So we got through it together, and really honored to give what I do best here, to give some clarity, guidance, and grace to a particularly interesting topic of soulmates, soulmate contracts, soul contracts, all that stuff, helping each other heal and helping us manifest what we came to do in this life, considering what we've been going through in the past year, and it ain't over yet. Cool. So let's get down to business. We are doing a soul contract read called Soulmate. Not twin flame soulmate. There are links in the description box below that will explain the difference, because I used to do that in every single video, and it's just like, I'm done. The links are there. There is a new definition for twin flames and soulmates, and at least check out the one from Matt Kahn, the link in the description box below, although there's tons of description box, and might as well say it now, and all the decks that I ever read are always at the bottom of the description box. It's just a piece of business we have to do. But to this reading in particular, we are going to be looking at the happy, healthy, wealthy, wise, intimate, sexual, satisfying soulmate contract. So this isn't about your mom and your dad, although their influence may be in there somewhere, right? How can it not be? And like a contract, we're going to go party number 1 and party number 2. We're going to call party number 1 divine feminine. We're going to call party number 2 divine masculine. It has nothing to do with bodily gender, though I will say she and he, her and him, just to keep it straight in my mind linguistically, so that my guides can do what my guides do, right? My pantheons, my collective pantheons of the divine. So we're only doing 13 cards in this spread. There is an extended on VIMEO.com. Of course, the link is the first link there. If you'll know by the end of this if this is yours. And where these have been running a good time, like I think so far all the extended reads have been close to 40 minutes. So we in the extended, that's everything that's in the extended right there. So it's quite a bit. But they told me to just clarify until you feel it's done. So that's chaos for me. Other than that, please remember it's a general read. Take what resonates, leave what doesn't. The standard YouTube rules for readings, right? They should have it in like community guidelines for readings. But it's a general read. Take what resonates, leave what doesn't. Because everybody says it. All the readers do, because you have to. But other than that, I think that's about it. Stay in the present moment. Focus on your breath. Feet on the floor if possible, just to keep you in the here and now, so you can really sense, as a Cancerian, I was raised by a Cancerian mother, what's going on in your intuitive energy field, right? I guess that's about it. Let's do this. I love you, my crab cakes. Let's do this. Breathe. Now it's like 5 minutes of explanation just to get to that breath. My collective pantheons, of angels, archangels, goddesses, gods, the ascended masters of soulmate contracts, and the higher selves are all involved. For this Cancerian collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, Sun watching this video, please, I need 3 cards in clarity, actually. 1 for the divine feminine in this contract, 1 for the divine masculine in this contract, and 1 for the overall contract, which, though will be the 3rd card drawn, will be the last card turned over at the end of this reading. So please, who's our divine feminine? What is the dominant archetype, soul power she's alchemizing from lead to gold in this soulmate contract? The divine masculine is there, and what is the overall story between these two, the alchemy of both of them? Timeline, January 2021 are timeless, right? Those are done. Do keep in mind these are supposed to be triggering. This is not necessarily a divination system as much as it is a healing system. Carolyn Mace ain't no joke. And very, very interesting combo we have here. I'll start off by saying that the shadow attribute and the light attribute that she wrote on these cards show you the toxicity, the lead, the shadow, the stuff you don't want to look at or the stuff you don't want people to know about, right? And the potential of the gold there, the alchemy, the transformation. But in a soulmate contract, There is a quantum entanglement there. So as one heals, the other helps the other heal, whether they know each other or not, like whether they're even in communication or not, it doesn't matter. It's an energy quantum thing. Different than a twin flame contract where you teach each other how to heal yourselves, which sounds good on paper, but they're rough. They're very rough. They're transformative, and they make you become the mate of your own soul to contribute more to your actual soulmate contracts here. So we've got the divine feminine with the scribe archetype, creative family of archetypes, and we've got the divine masculine with the teacher archetype, wisdom family. So we've got creativity and wisdom here. So already this feels really yummy, but of course, have to address the shadow in the room, so to speak, the shadow attribute of the scribe archetype, altering facts or plagiarizing others' work in some way, shape, or form, right? The light attribute, preserving knowledge and information. Now, this might not just be an archetype in the divine feminine. And remember, this is not about gender, please. This is just the truth. It's just how it is. But this might not just be somebody who likes, I don't know, is like an accountant for a living, but that in this contract, there's a lot about keeping track. Now, in the positive, preserving knowledge and information. I mean, look at how much you got in your Instagram, right? When you go back and look, right, you are preserving moments. But knowledge and information, however, it's like she's keeping the receipts, but is she plagiarizing or altering facts, right? So that's interesting. Not quite sure. Don't worry, we're going to clarify this stuff. We got the teacher archetype, and I have the teacher archetype. I don't really have the scribe that heavy. The shadow attribute. Oh, we know what the shadow teacher is. Go watch Pink Floyd's The Wall movie. Manipulating or abusing students. Teaching negative traits and destructive skills, right? Like teaching people how to abuse others is just an example off the top of my head. The light attribute, though, ability to communicate knowledge, experience, skill, or wisdom. So it's very much about communication, even if someone teaches by example. In other words, someone doesn't need to have a blackboard behind them, right? They don't need to, have a classroom full of students. That's very literal. This can be an instructor, a facilitator, right? If you've ever led an exercise, anything, a yoga class, right? Not so much leader, but teacher. And to teach by example, I think, is really how you communicate that stuff. People remember how you made them feel, right? So if you are really putting yourself out there, living according to, particularly divine masculine, tend to be more of the social justice side of thing, where divine feminine tend to be the more energy, healer, empathic, right? Well, put them together. This is be a very, very powerful combo, keeping in mind that they're helping each other heal, again, whether you know each other or not. It's too much of a general read at this point with only 3 cards, 2 turned over, so we are going to take Daughters of the Moon Tarot to clarify the divine feminine, fire, earth, air, water, spirit, the element spread. We're going to do the same with the mythic tarot. For the divine masculine, we'll get all 10 of those on the table, and then we'll start flipping. Please breathe. Oh yeah, here we go. Okay, my goddesses of water and the sign of Cancer. Please, I need 5 cards to tell us a bit about who this divine feminine with the scribe archetype is in this Cancerian collective sun, moon, rising Venus sign, happy, healthy, wealthy, wise, intimate, sexual, satisfying soulmate contract for January 2021 or timeless, whenever they are watching this, please. What is her element of fire? What she desires, what she yearns and burns for? What is her element of earth? Leave it in my hand, please. What she has, the fuel to feed the fire. What is her element of air? Her predominant thoughts. Her predominant thoughts. That's 2 cards. I can feel that's 2 cards, please. Her dominant thoughts. Well, because it's a scribe archetype, right? So preserving knowledge and information. So she's got to have some predominant thoughts on that. Her element of water. What is she feeling? What is she feeling, right? If this is the Cancerian, right? Well, it's going to play itself out differently. Somebody's going to watch this and they're going to be the divine feminine, and another one that'll be the divine masculine. And I think most importantly, the card of spirit. What is the voice or the point of view of the soul who agreed to this contract and is embodied, but the personality has to figure this stuff out and take the journey. Let's get his down. So like I said, we can flip over their elements simultaneously. It's hard to say. I've had enough coffee. He never has 2 cups at my house. Breathe. Fill it to the rim with brim. My gods of water, please. And the sign of Cancer, 5 cards, element spread for this divine masculine with the teacher archetype, please. In this Cancerian collective, sun, moon, rising, Venus sign, happy, healthy, wealthy, wise, intimate, sexual, satisfying, soulmate contract. January 2021, or timeless element of fire. What does he desire? He burns, he yearns, he wants, he needs. His element of earth, what he has, the feed, the fuel to make that happen, the fuel to feed the fire. Element of air, what is he predominantly thinking? I feel that one. I had you. Element of water. Oh, because there might be a little elusive feeling whether this is the Cancerian or not, because Cancerians, they're very emotional, but they don't know, they're behind shell and claws. Trust me, I was raised by one. Element of water, an element of spirit. No shade thrown at my mother. She's a queen archetype. Element of spirit. What is the point of view or the voice of the soul that agreed to the contract in the first place? Let's flip. Element of fire. Well, okay. This is a little odd. She's got the sun. She just wants to be happy. She wants clarity. She wants to see things clearly. She wants to see clearly now the rain is gone, right? She wants to see all obstacles in her way. And as a scribe would want that, right? Like that already tells me that she's moving more towards the light attribute here, preserving knowledge and information rather than altering facts or plagiarizing. This is about truth. Happiness really, if it's not based in truth, it's not really happiness, right? This is major arcana. So in this contract, what she wants is the truth. What she wants is the light. What she wants is the joy. What he wants, the element of fire, here he's got the 3 of blades, the 3 of swords, so often considered heartbreak and pain, except, well, in this deck, I say in the Rider-Waite Tarot, the heart isn't actually broken, it's pierced to get to the heart of the matter. It's element of air, it's thought. But in this deck, literally, somebody's heart is stabbed with 3 swords and they're bleeding in a pool of water. Oh, the Greek tragedies. Well, they're tragic. You put these 2 together and you say, well, she wants happy, he wants sad. Can't be. This has to be. We'll see what other cards at the table, obviously. But if I tune to this, remember, this is a divine masculine teacher, so it's going to be more mental, right? One would think, communicating, not very throat chakra, third eye, very that. So, and my mother's a Cancerian teacher, nursery school teacher. I really know my shapes and colors. Each thing's so good with tarot. So maybe there is a focus here, an internal focus to really get clear. What do I want in my heart, particularly if this divine masculine is always up in their head? I would say this could be someone with strong air sign placements. Element of earth, what y'all got to get you there? Well, I would think here is the Cancerian, because here's the Cancerian card. So if these 2 are not together or they haven't met, then that doesn't make sense that she would have this element of earth. That's like really something physical, solid here. So I'm going to say maybe both people here have Cancerian placement. Now, of course, one person can know their entire chart and the other person just knows their sun sign, right? Which I'm seriously dating somebody that doesn't last very long. I have an ephemeris upstairs. I'll look it up. Just can't find it. It's somewhere. So definitely, if this is the King of Cups in the traditional Rider-Waite Tarot, Fiona Morgan plays with it. I love the way that she does it, because this is the divine mother in terms of water, the mermaid, right? Namu, right? It's like that oceanic, embryonic, right, creative water. So there, of course, there is emotional maturity here, and perhaps even unconditional love, but more part of, well, it's who we all truly are, but really it feels like integrated into her personality. Like this is somebody, especially with the sun, that's what she wants. This feels like somebody who might very well be scribing more spiritual information, or we'll keep going, because he's got 3 of Cups. He's already emotionally bonded. Now, if they don't know each other, that's an empathic bond, not telepathic, an empathic thing. You're feeling each other's stuff, or there is a strong, but if these 2 know each other, which of course that's going to indicate, then they have already partied. They have already come together. Now, I don't feel like this is talking about a third party situation. 3 of Cups does not always mean that. We'll keep going. And of course, there's an extended, and we'll do past, present, future, simple timelines in these sense. First thing we do, we get more tarot on the table. But let's keep going, because they both have water. They both have water in their elements of earth, what they have. So that's promising. It feels good too. Like, it doesn't feel like it's nasty. Oh, you both have major arcana cards in your element of air. She got the death card, the phoenix, he got the lovers. Okay, so there is a mental transformation going on for her, and I do feel like it's a result of some sort of emotional maturity. And of course, so then she wants the light. But this is in her mental field. Now, it's not. What is she predominantly thinking about this contract? That it transform, that it go to and or rise from ashes. Well, usually you want it to rise from them, right? When do you realize that things are in transformation? When they start not just changing, but you can't unburn the toast, right? You can melt or freeze the water. That's just a state change. Transformation is a transformation. Yes, you'd say it changes form, but by the element of fire, major arcana, there's no going back. That's why it doesn't mean an ending. It just means transformation, like from dough to bread to toast, right? That's a state change. So interesting with the major arcana card, because he's got, on his mind, major life-changing decision. Wants to get to the heart of the matter. It really does feel that way. That just doesn't feel like heartbreak. Not with this. Not with this, unless the emotional bond between them, and they have to be separate from each other, and it's just cracking them wide open. Right, breaking their heart. And of course, in a general read, by the way, if anybody wants to book me for a private read, it's easy as pie. Find me on Facebook. On Facebook, find me on social media, and then we set it up on a video platform, and you PayPal, Venmo, all that jazz. It's what I do for a living. I ain't got kids, I got cats. And companies, apparently. So yeah, I can see this going a whole bunch of different ways, but with 3 major arcana cards on the table. Let's just keep going. Now, element of water, right? We're doing a Cancerian read. Very interesting. I like this a lot. Well, the Virgo card she has in her water. So that says to me, of course, check, if you have planets in Virgo, where if you've got a Virgo moon, if you're like a Cancer sun with a Virgo moon, that would really play itself out here. That's not going to be for everybody, obviously. But Virgo here, this is about health and occupation. Like, she's really focusing on, she's occupied with her emotional healing. Hence the emotional maturity here, and hence the desire for the clarity, and really thinking about the transformation. Transformation of what? Maybe her entire life, but it's certainly being done in a methodical, practical, right, Virgo, healing way. What you occupy yourself with affects your health. It just does, right? If you're occupied with toxicity, I mean, as a healer, that's different, because what are you going to do? Heal the healthy. But, if you're occupied with something that is toxic for you, it's going to affect your health, right? But if you're occupied, with prayer, right, you can see how that's connected. And it is, this would be the Knight of Pentacles, so it is the slowest moving knight, but it is precise. He's got 6 of Pentacles, so they both have earth in their water. There's definitely an emotional balance here and a desire to balance things out emotionally. Whatever is going on between them, and we will see that in the extended, at least past, present, future for both of them, what their experiences are in the timeline. There's major lessons here, because you got a teacher and scribe. So I see the picture of the teacher teaching and the other one not taking notes like a student. It's a different archetype. Recording it, taking notes, even if they're mental notes, but it's preserving something. So there's something in this relationship that is very verbal, right? And interestingly enough, I'm not seeing communication here. Right? The only air cards on the table, which would kind of register that, is that 3 of Swords. It feels like more like if there's communication going on, it's within himself. Point of view of the soul. The 5 of Cups and the 4 of Wands. Her soul is saying to her, honey, go through the emotional changes, right? It's 5 of Cups, it's not the Tower, right? 5 of Cups, the storm. Feel what you are feeling, because the chances are that as she's healing this through the quantum entanglement of a soulmate contract, you like how we did the figure 8 like that, because that's what it is. Chakra to chakra, soul to soul, however you want to see it in the contract, he's healing. And that's kind of what I'm getting here with this 4 of Wands for the divine masculine. Let me hold that up, right? This is right before, the 5 of Wands, right? So it's sort of like she's saying, honey, you're in the emotional purification transformation that what are the skies like after storm, right? It's like everything's clear. The ground is watered, right? And ready to produce, right? Whatever to grow. Four of Wands, he's in a place of rest, but I would say, yes, a lot of people say this is the marriage card. And with the Lovers there, I would completely agree that there is a thing here. The soul is saying, it's 11/11, it's your blah, blah, blah. Well, this is a soulmate contract read. Sure. But it's also not the 5, right? It's not that conflict may go through that. But with this, it's a earth balance in the water, in the water power of water there, the emotional. So I do feel there's like this equal give and take physically, and that does feel a little sensual, but still has to make the life-changing decision. What am I going to do about this? Really says. And really says that he thinks about her a lot. And that's why I feel like this could easily be an air sign. This could easily be a water sign. So one more card down, like I said, the archetype that represents the story between them, if you want to see it that way. So it's like a scribe and a teacher in a God contract. Oh my goodness gracious. Masculine family archetype. The shadow attribute, despotism and cruelty, using powers to control people. Now, one controlling the other, them both being controlling, them both being controlled by external forces, but this would definitely represent the story that they're going through, but ready for the light. Benevolence and compassion, recognizing the eternal force within yourself and others. I am just going to go out on a limb here, Shirley MacLaine, and say that this divine feminine definitely has a stronger spiritual bend in terms, because the emotional part is there. It's the divine feminine thing, more of an empath, you know what I mean? Like, not just empathic socially, because everyone needs social empathy. Oh my God, I can't imagine, but I mean, what is their life like, right, to feel that? But there could be very much a strong empathic thing here between the two of them. Like I said, with the Queen of Cups and her Earth and the Three of Cups, there is definitely a bond between them. You know, as I look at this Three of Wands as well, now that this God contract is on the table, that this could very much be him wanting to heal his own heartbreak here, right? And she's going through, like, let's just call it emotional healing or emotional process work. But it's coming across. And it's not that they're taking on each other's stuff, but you help each other heal in a soulmate contract. My mom and I are soulmates, right? It's like it's just how it is. It doesn't mean you always get along. Absolutely doesn't mean you all get along, but you always return it to love. And they're just bumps in the road. Sometimes bigger bumps or smaller bumps, but they work themselves out. And, you know, whether or not you two are in physical contact with each other, of course, the general read that's going to play itself out differently. In the extent that I'm going, I want to know. You know, I want to know what's going on here. So let me give you the blessing. Breathe. May the Cancerian collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs be blessed with all that they need in this happy, healthy, wealthy, wise, intimate, sexual, satisfying soulmate contract involving this scribe archetype and this teacher archetype in this God soulmate contract, that they may help each other heal, grow, learn, and evolve as they individually heal, grow, learn, and evolve for the well-being of the contract, for the healing of each other, but through the unity consciousness of fifth dimensional awareness, heal all sentient life through their love, through their journey, through their soulmate contract for the well-being of all. So to be. So it is. Hey, if you want the extended, the link is there. If you like what you saw, like, I think by now you know if this is your read for sure. Comment if you like, and if you want more, subscribe. Otherwise, wishing you the very best and the very, very blessed in your soulmate. Contracts for January 2021 are timeless. My crab cakes. Oh, I love you. Tartar sauce, hail. Cocktail sauce, farewell. And blessed, blessed be.